Hello everybody, it's Aaron. Welcome to another episode of Feed the Beast. So here's the deal. I tried out the Mistcraft portal thing and it crashed my game both in SMP and SSP, so we're going to have to do the liquid transposer ender chest thing to get lava from the nether. Right now I did a little remodeling in between episodes, and I'll get to this thing right here in just a moment. I basically just moved the pump down here and that's really it. Basically I've been using the portable tanks and just moving them back and forth. I made another generator. I changed my enchantment area. I did a little decorating over here. I really like it. I think it looks really cool. And I also did some stuff upstairs. Here's my awesome fleet of mining turtles, which I was going to show, but since I did it a couple days ago in Aaron DM's world, it's basically the same setup he runs since he wrote the script. So I started working on a storage room. And like I said, I wasn't going to get too much into this because it's all over the internet, it's all over Reddit, so I'm not going to do a lot of it on camera. Basically, how it works is you make a filter or a transposer connected to a chest, and you run your pneumatic tubes, and since barrels only accept one input, everything that can go into a barrel goes into its barrel, and I'm going to put a chest on the side for everything else for unsorted things. So this is what I did. I made some glass covers for the top here, and the reason is because glass panes sit right in the center of the blocks, but the covers, you can actually put them on like the bottom edge or the top edge. And I wanted them up there. I figured I'd try it out. I'm not sure if I like the panes, but I'm gonna give it a while and see how I feel about it. So I'll probably make all the stuff for this. Well, I'll wait and do it in the next episode. But I'll probably go ahead and make a lot of it and then just go over the recipes. Today, first things first, I have this awesome canvas bag. Bam! It holds as much as a small chest. How you make this, you need a stack of string. You see I've got 8 up here, 56 down here. You put string around a stick and you get canvas, and 8 canvas makes a bag. There it is, bam. So we have another bag. They should have separate inventories. They do. And I've even put this in a chest. And then when I take it out, it still has its inventory. I haven't tried to dye these though. If you notice, I had the bag open, and when I tried to pick it up off the inventory, it dropped it. So there's no possible way to put the bag inside itself like an alchemy bag. But I can put the other bag in here. No, I can't. You cannot put a bag inside a bag at all, even if it's a different bag. You can put your backpacks in here. So that's good to know. Let's try to dye one of these. I've got orange, and I'll dye the empty one. Look at that. Orange canvas bag. Can I dye the one that has inventory? Yes, I can. So if you want to dye your bags to keep them straight, nothing goes in these automatically. You have to put them in there, but it's a little extra storage space if you're mining or whatever. So I'm just going to set one of these aside. I had to make a forged lexicon when I was sorting all these things because you know, I did a lot of pulverizing with thermal expansion and cooking, and they have different types of ingots than the industrial craft does. So I had to make one of these. If you recall, we saw it in one of the videos I did with the other Aaron. It's the forged lexicon. This is the recipe. It's not that expensive, and it's totally worth it unless you just want to macerate and recook everything. I was looking at the transformer upgrade. I needed to remember how to make it. It's this right here. The reason, I've already made a couple overclockers for the machines, and I'm going to go through the process with you. I wanted to see if it would work with these damn aluminum cans because I'm trying to find a use for them, and I found a use for them. So basically what I did, I made the aqueous accumulator. I'll show you the recipe if I can type. It's the machine frame like everything else, you know. The only thing different is the pneumatic servo, which is really easy to make as well. So that's the aqueous accumulator. It does not need power, and it pulls water from the atmosphere. If you pull it, if you put it in a 3x1 with water on each side, it pulls a ridiculous amount. So what I want to do, see, both of these things are full. I was going to show you how fast it works, but I think it would keep up with a combustion engine. So basically, I just threw my redstone energy cell up here because I don't have any MJ power right now, and these are already done. So basically, I'm going to take a transposer on this side, one in the nether, probably with a dedicated magmatic engine for each. The one in the nether will probably run the pump that we need also. And then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put, since we're going to put the tank over here somewhere, I figure I could put the magmatic engines right here. And then when I make my assembly table, I'll probably put it somewhere else over here and have those magmatic engines for that on a different grid, because I don't want them all running at the same time. And at that point, I will be able to automate when the engines turn on and off, and basically they'll only turn on when the pulverizer or furnace or whatever has work to do. So that way, when we start mining, we can use another ender chest, send everything up here automatically and sort it, send all of the thermal expansion ores, or the stuff that will only go through the pulverizer, over to those, and then, you know, reroute everything that goes in the industrial craft machines this way. They'll all come to a chest, which will be somewhere in this room, and then a filter will pull them out, and everything that has a place will go. Everything else will probably end up in one of two diamond chests. And if I didn't say it before, I'm only going to sort the items that I have a ton of. Like, I don't have a ton of diamonds. I have enough. But iron, copper, all of that stuff, anything that's like more than a couple of stacks, machine components, and, you know, like glass fiber cable and stuff, I'm not going to sort because I can just keep it in a chest. Electrum, I don't know about that. So if we need to, we can always put another row of barrels up here. There's plenty of room, so that won't be an issue. So when you have your water containers, we need to turn these into 10K coolant cells. I know that was like quite a segue off track and back on track, but I've done a lot since the last episode. So if we put our water containers in the middle, you're going to need 3 10K coolant cells. You put 10 around them, and then you just make them. The reason I wanted to use containers is because the least 10 possible is what I want to use, because there's not a lot of it. So we put our 10K coolant cells up here with the circuit and 2 pieces of copper, and there we go. There's an overclocker. Now, the transformer upgrade I was looking at, I need to make one of these for each of the machines, and the reason is because whenever you put overclockers, I already have a couple in the macerator, and I have 3 in the furnace. I turned my engines off. I always want my furnace to run faster than the macerator, because everything that comes out of here goes into this thing in a line, and the furnace is already a little bit faster. But let me see. I think I have some cobblestone, and we'll just see how much faster it is. So it's barely moving. We put those in there. It's noticeably faster. Well, if we drop 8 of them in here, you see the power drains so quickly, right? Even more so when you're running the furnace and the macerator on the same line at the same time. So basically each overclocker consumes more power than just the machine by itself. So I have found that when running the furnace and the macerator at the same time. About 5 between the two of them, 5 overclockers, maybe 6 is the most I can get away with. As for the extractor and the compressor, I don't use those very regularly, so those are kind of sporadic, so that's not such an issue. But basically what you have to do is we're going to need to make an MFE, which is an upgraded bat box. And since that's a medium voltage and all these machines are low voltage, we have to put this transformer upgrade in each of the machines, and we have to do that before we put the MFE in the grid, or else all those machines will blow up. Actually, this one will probably blow up, and maybe this one, since they're first on the line, and then these two will probably survive. But we don't want to have to recraft machines unnecessarily, so that's just something to keep in mind. If you want to overclock things, you saw how much faster it was, so it's definitely something that you want to look into, especially if you can afford an MFE. And I don't remember what the output is on an MFE. Maybe it's 128, and I think the bat box is 32. So it's four times. The MFE is 4 times the bat box. I hear a spider. No one's coming down? Okay. So the MFE gives much more power. I could put a transformer in line, but I don't like doing that because it's just easier to make a larger storage device. I think the MFE may hold like 400,000 or 500,000. So maybe 300. I don't remember, but it's significantly more than the bat box. And since I made another generator, it'll fill up a little faster. It doesn't really matter because like this, once it tops off, if the generators are all hooked up and running, then it'll replace it as it uses it. So that's what's going on in my world. All right, so now that we've got all that out of the way, what do we need to do? I need to make probably, I don't know, 5 or 6 more magmatic engines. And actually I could probably go ahead and make the assembly table and a few lasers and get some gates cooking. So let's do that, because I really want the gates so that I don't blow up any more pipes, because that's the easiest way to do it, though it is slightly expensive. And look at this, baked potatoes. I went over and raided the village earlier, and I got all the potatoes and carrots and stuff. So let's see what we need for an assembly table. I know we need diamonds, and since I have the diamonds to spare, see, a diamond gear, a diamond obsidian, redstone, and the lasers each take maybe a couple of diamonds. Yeah, so I'm just gonna grab a stack. And we'll make as many as we can. One more thing about the sorting system, if you have it set up, if you empty a barrel, then if your items come through the pneumatic tube, and it'll see it as a valid inventory, and it'll fill it up maybe if you don't want it to. So let's get redstone. And I kind of organized this in a way that made sense to me, like the things I use the most, like, in order of importance. And these 3 are, they could go either way, but I definitely use diamonds and iron and stuff the most. And then, oh, that's what I wanted to do this time. We need to make a barrel upgrade. Let's do that also. I just helped the other Aaron do that. So what do we need? 4 dark iron, a barrel, leather, and an ender pearl. Also, I forgot to look outside. I pulled some cows over here and some sheep because I knew I was going to need leather for stuff. And I don't have any in here. So let me see if it'll let me sleep, and we'll go out there and slaughter a cow. And while I'm doing that, I was just checking my time. Plenty of time. The good thing about the gravity gun is I put the fence in place, and then, oh yeah, look at this. I have 2 Vorpal swords. I put the fence in place, and then I just led a couple of cows over here with wheat, and I just picked them up with the gravity gun and put them right in there. And they are getting a little thick, so I can probably kill quite a few of them. And I put an obsidian pressure plate inside, so when I come through the gate it'll automatically shut, but the cows cannot open it. So there we go, plenty of leather. I thought I had dark iron somewhere. Oh, sweet. I'm going to make 2 of them. That's awesome. And I'm going to need my minium stone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put all the cobblestone in one barrel over there, and then I'm going to move these chests up against this wall, and then probably drop another project table somewhere around there. See if I can remember which one it is. Bingo. So I think we need 4 blaze rods for each one. No, just 2, so that's good. But the ender pearls are still over here. This is just the right amount of everything. I love this. And so now I just need a couple of barrels, of which I have many. And hopefully this doesn't crash my game when I do this. I've had no luck. You can make a chest upgrade, and basically all the chests upgrade. You know, gold to diamond, copper to silver, iron to gold, normal to copper, or normal to iron. Both of these always crash my game whenever I use them, and I don't know why, but it kind of sucks. I already forgot my recipe for this. Let's see. I know this one in the corner. See, the barrel goes in the middle, and is it like that or like this? Yes. Alright, we've got 2 of those. I'll just leave that here for now. We're going to need 1 for the cobblestone. Shift click. Now you see the border around it. Now that'll hold, I don't know, something like 1,024 stacks of cobblestone, which is ridiculous. But I mean, I have barrels and barrels and barrels full, so. And when we put them in here, you'll see. Oh, I only had 1 stack in there. Well, I'm not going to fill that up because that's going to take a long time. So back to our task at hand. We need the assembly table. I also need gold and iron. And a tip about barrels, if you don't know this, you probably do. If you right click them, it'll tell you what's in it. I always right click them by mistake. See, so we're gonna need gears. What am I doing? And I cooked up all that cobblestone, didn't I? Look at that, it's just right here. How well did that work out? And then we do iron. Then we do gold. Diamond gears are so expensive. Then we do that, and then what was it like? Another diamond, a redstone. There we go, assembly table. This does not work without lasers. And I think that redstone probably goes somewhere in here. I don't remember where. Let me look. Oh, it's only 2 obsidian and redstone all the way around. Okay. Each laser, from what I recall, it consumes about 4 MJ per tick. So your machine is going to run the fastest if you have as many lasers as possible. I only have 4 magmatic engines at the present time, so I am not going to worry about that. See, I got my thing, I got my lasers. Let's bring some redstone because we're going to have to do that. And I'm going to have to make some more ender pearls at some point in time. We might as well do that right now because I want to show you. I think I have to do this on a crafting table. Alright, let me grab my magmatics. Whichever one of these chests is my thermal expansion chest. And I have a wrench somewhere or a hammer. Okay. I'll just go ahead and pop all of these off. I turned off all my redstone engines because I was really laggy for some reason earlier, and I didn't know if it was because the redstone engines were going, or I used initially where all that marble was in the storage room. I had blue zycorodite bricks on the bottom and then green on the walls, so I wasn't sure if what was lagging me, so I just got rid of all the redstone engines to see if it made a difference. And I don't know if it did or not, but everything seems to be okay now, so. And this assembly table, it has to be within 4 blocks of the lasers. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my lasers just like this. And then assembly table, well, there's really no way to get it centered. So I'll just pop it right there. If you right click, it gives you a little interface. If you put redstone in it, you have to make redstone chipsets to make just about anything. So I usually cook up like a half a stack. And then if you put your ender pearl in, you make a pulsating chipset, which you need for some recipes as well. So let's put some lava in these guys, and I'm only going to put enough lava just to get them going, because I don't really think they need to be going for that long. And I probably I'm going to have to steal a lever. And they're all going to kick on automatically, of course. So if you click what you want on the right side, then it starts making. It takes a really long time to make, especially since these engines are only running at like, you know, around 1 MJ per tick right now. And look, that was the perfect amount to fill all those up. And then I can pop my tanks back over here and replace this lever. And this is all just a temporary way to do this for now. Alternatively, I could get that redstone energy cell, and I could put it right here on one of these wooden pipes, and I could power the lasers that way. And it's just like all the other BuildCraft stuff. The different colors indicate how fast they're working, except I think these are backwards. I think red is the slowest and green is the fastest, maybe. I'm not clear on that, but, you know, not that big of a deal. But once these things get up to speed, they're going to make these things pretty quick-like. You can see it's moving much faster than it was now. So I've only selected the one. If I click on the other one, it'll go through here and then through here. And if I have any other recipes that I've clicked on the right, it'll just go in order. So if I don't want to make any more redstone chipsets, I can just unclick it and let it work on the pulsating chipset. And as you see, this thing just popped off the table. So you're going to want to put a chest next to this, which I don't have. But that's okay because I'm not really going anywhere anyway. I gotta cook up a bunch of these after the episode anyway. So this is our first gate. You have to put the make the redstone chipsets, and then the redstone chipset you can cook into a gate. And then I think after you have the pulsating chipset, you can do that with redstone or something else. If you look up gate, it'll tell you all the recipes. There's a gate, you cook the redstone chipset, the AND gate, you a redstone chipset, and an iron ore gate or whatever. This is the gate that I like the most, so I need to get some iron to throw in here, and I left it on the project table. But that's how that thing works. You can cook multiple things, not really at a time, but it'll queue them up and just it'll do them in a row. So I'm going to go ahead and make 6 of those iron ones in addition to the other stuff that's already cooking. How are we doing? Yeah, that's good. So we'll throw this in here. We got some redstone iron chipsets as well. And I don't know if blue is the fastest or not. This thing, if I get rid of the interface, it tells us what it's using. A little under, 16 per tick. It tells you how much energy is required total for the thing that you're cooking now and what it has stored. So this thing is pretty cool. It's not cheap, but once you make it, it's really, really convenient, and these gates allow you to do a lot of things automatically. Or, the thing I'm interested in is if something needs to be done, send a redstone signal, or if something is full, turn off the redstone signal. So I've got my pulsating chipsets now. There's no recipe for that, but those go in other things. So why don't we take a look at our lava pool, since that thing isn't, well, the engines are still warming up. I fell in lava again. I'm not proud of it. It seems to be the theme for this season of the series, because I think that's the only way that I've died so far, and it never happens in an episode, which is good. Well, kinda. You guys might think it's funny. But here's our lava. This thing goes all the way around there. And I had to kill some blocks to connect it so it would pull, but it looks like this one's actually going to last a little while. So there's not really a big rush on the nether thing, but I want to go ahead and get it done just so we can get it set up and then automate some more stuff. So that's all I really had for this episode. I know I kind of jumped back and forth to a couple of things, so I apologize for that. It's just I've got so many things that I want to cover, and then I see something else that I want to cover as well. That's so creepy. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Let's put that back. Anyway, so that's that. I'm going to put a chest next to this thing for sure as soon as the episode's over. So that's going to do it. As always, if you have any questions or comments, suggestions, etc. I wish that thing would hurry up and get to my gate. Anyway, leave all your comments and stuff down below. Thanks everybody for watching. I'll see you guys next time.